to doing these live videos with YouTube. So I look at the camera here and it's all switched over. Okay, it's a lot of headspace there. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so today I was called to do a video on our soul purposes. And there's a lot of misconception in regards to what exactly a soul purpose is. And I feel almost like soul purpose can put on a lot of pressure for us, thinking that there is something that we have to do particularly in this life to be able to, I suppose, feel like we've achieved something in this life. Well, that's not really the truth at all. Our soul purpose can change all the time during our lives, depending on where we are in our life, right? So at the moment, my soul purpose for now is to create these live videos and to share the channelings that I receive from my higher self and from angelic realms. And yeah, I mean, you know, I love doing that, but maybe in a year or so, that might not be my soul purpose at this time, because I was doing this 8 years ago, right? And now it's come back around. But in saying that, our soul purpose can also be, if you want to think about it, the passions that we have in our life that we really enjoyed, what brought joy into our lives. You can get an idea. There's usually about 2 or 3 of them that we've done throughout our life. You can kind of get an idea of the underlining of what our soul purpose is. I kind of want to shift the language of soul purpose and do it into soul desire. What is your soul desire? It always is something that is of service to others, with raising the collectiveness of the consciousness, right? Without hurting anyone or hurting anything. So it could be you have this desire to work with animals, and you know then that is part of your soul desire. Or you have this desire that you just know you want to heal people in some way, or you want to teach, you know, whatever it is, you want to teach people things. So it's along those lines. Now, I can only talk about from my experience because I only know me. But the 3 passions that I have in this life are acting. I did that for 25 years. I still love it. It's all really fun. It brings me lots of joy. Teaching children. I absolutely love teaching children. I was a teacher for 15 years, but I left the system because of, you know, certain reasons, which some of you may understand or may not, and that's okay. And then also doing my spiritual gifts and using them to help others, which is where I am at the moment, doing a metaphysical sciences degree, a master's actually, and now I'm doing my PhD, which is very exciting. So that is my joy. Those 3 things are my joy. So it's like, well, how do I amalgamate all of those things together to be able to also be of service to others? Okay, well, I have the business soul sessions, right? And I work with children, and I work with parents, and I work with adults. I work with all types, and it brings in family, right? So family is like, right, we're going to create a new tribe together if we can bring our children and our parents, or if you have no children, our parents and our brothers and sisters, and just have that harmonious relationship again of what we used to have when we were younger, or just bring it back, right? Because when we're adults, we make so many choices that it can hurt others, and we're unaware because we weren't either guided or had that education in regards to how do we actually, you know, find our soul purpose or our desires and stuff. Hello, hi everyone, thank you. I know being an adult can be really hard. I agree with you. So thank you for commenting. It's so exciting. I've never done it live and I've had people like commenting. So thank you for your support. I love that. Okay, so just quickly. So soul purpose, yes. Soul desire. Right? If you can find and you can get in contact with your higher self, which is basically you're closing your eyes, you're taking deep breaths, and you're asking the question, what is my soul desire? How can I help others? How can I help and be of service to others with the joy that I have in my life? And you'll be surprised what comes up. Of course, ego comes up too. Oh, ego. We have to have ego because it helps us with our lessons. But with the ego, the trick is to starve it. It's to starve the ego and to feed our soul desire. So the fears, they're not actually really there. Like, who cares what others think about you? Who cares, right? If that is your desire and you're not hurting anyone, go ahead and do it. you'd be surprised at the energy of what the universe will give you to help you on that purpose. All I can say is you have to take action and give it a go. It's the only way, is to take the action. Right, so that brings me into the second part of the Akashic Record readings I do, because my first video I did was the Akashic Record readings with the soul realignment, which is also an amazing reading because we find out exactly what your soul gifts are and your soul group of origination, which can help guide you onto the right path for your soul desire, if you know what those characteristics are. So the second soul Akashic Record reading I do is called a soul pattern belief reading. Now, this is a really cool reading because when I tap into the Akashic Records and I ask your soul how many issues need to be cleared at this time, there's usually one or two, and what triggers are connected to that issue, because there's a myriad of triggers, and some of the triggers, for examples, are fear of unknown, right? You have that fear, that's why you're not stepping forward. Fear of failure, which I think a lot of us can experience. Fear of success even. Abandonment issues, right? I've had abandonment issues. I probably still have abandonment issues, but I'm healing and working on that all the time so I can move forward and help others. So we have so many different myriad of triggers. And where were they created? Were they created in this incarnation, or were they created from past life or from our ancestral lineage, which can pass down from our grandparents and their grandparents? So when we do this reading, we can find out exactly what the triggers are, and your soul will tell me exactly how many sessions you need and what particular sessions you need to clear that issue. And most of the time it's around 6 to 8, sometimes 12 sessions to clear that issue. When you think about it, if it's a lifetimes of that trigger and you only need like 12 issues to clear that in this life, that's pretty amazing, I'd have to say. That's a pretty good track record of fastly moving on that issue. And unfortunately, we're healing to our last breath on earth. But the more that we heal, like layers of that onion, the easier it is in our life, the easier it is to make connections, the easier it is to create that abundance, whether it's in our business or our money or our work or our relationships and family or with our children. So it's all connected, which is amazing. Okay, so that's enough blah, 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 blabbering for me. So if you're interested in doing a soul pattern of belief reading or a soul realignment, which are both Akashic Record readings, then email me or message me or something like that. Go to my website, Kerrie G Soul Sessions. Soul Sessions by Kerrie G. Sorry, I'm just talking. I get a lot of messages coming through and then I get confused with what is this? Yeah. You might understand if you're intuitive. You'll understand that. Well, thank you so much for watching. And it's 8 minutes, so I better stop because sometimes, we don't want to spend all day watching videos. You don't. That's the ego distraction, right? Concentrate on what your soul purpose is or your soul desire so you can create the life that you want. And that's all I want to do, is I want to help people be in their most happiest and highest joy to create that abundance in your life. All right, love and light, everyone, and I shall see you later. Bye.